Call the meeting to order. You join me in the pledge.
The flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Everybody have a chance to sign in the back room there, table please. Okay. Lauren, you have something for us tonight?
A few cool things to share with you guys. I'm from the health department in Warren Robinson. We're still not in our new building. Maybe in September we can welcome you in. But we have some information that I put in by this back door about our mosquito control program when we track and touch mosquitoes throughout the summer. And then if we have to spray your community because we found certain mosquito diseases, information about that spray is back there as well. We also have a new website where you can send us information if you have a tick on you, and we can send you some information about that tick, and I think if it's dead and how old it is and other things that might be interesting to you. And then we have free cribs at the health department. If you know of anybody that doesn't have a safe sleep environment or a caregiver that doesn't have a safe sleep environment, the information is back there as well. And then lastly, we're holding an event for employers who want to learn more about helping Black-Latino employees at their workplace. Any questions for me?
What was the last thing you said?
We're holding an informational session for employers about helping employees in their workplace come back during the work day. Thank you.
All right, thank you. We have two zoning applications in hearings for tonight. First one is resolution 23-719T-001 for Danny and Jenna Perkins. The application is HTZC 23-04. Danny and Jenna Perkins, 10-5-18 Adams Road, seeking to rezone 5.004 acres from AR1 to FR1. And we'll hold the hearing 7/15, August 16th. We have a motion to that effect. Second, all those in favor, aye. Aye. Okay, hearing set 7/15 on the 16th. Second one is application resolution 23-719T-002. It's zoning application number HTZ 23-05. Daniel Hertzek. It is to rezone. It's Montgomery Road, 15675 Montgomery Road in Goffstown. To rezone 5 acres from current A1 to FR1. Set that hearing for August 16th at 7:30 p.m. here at Firehouse. Motion back. All those in favor, aye. Aye. Motion carried. Financials.
July 2023 financials with June bank reconciles sitting up there ready to sign. Appropriation status report and ledger was emailed. Approval of the meeting for June the 21st, the regular meeting, and the special trustee meeting minutes of July the 5th.
Motion to approve the minutes for June 21st, July 10th. Second. All those in favor, aye. Aye. Motion carried.
Approve the warrants, starting with warrant number 13018 for warrant number 13039, voucher number 78-2023 through voucher number 89-2023, total amount $141,636.28.
Approved. Second. All those in favor, aye. Aye. Trustee board has reached out and sent some communication to the prosecutor's office in regards to the ADP. And we're asking we have a stay of, proceedings on that, so forth, and they came back and the township has no, authority. Utilities are exempt, which we sort of knew, so, that didn't take us anywhere. So I'm sorry about that, but it still seems to be going on, they're still surveying land and checking out the possibilities for all the routes they have in the township. There hasn't been any decided that I know of. Okay, we have headstone for S.E.M. Arnold, is reported to be, bad shape of foundation. I'll check that out, Mr. Chairman, tomorrow, and, may have to put this out there. All right. There was, one other one I thought I saw a note about, it was, it was on the foundation, but meeting with the Scott on Friday, funeral there, okay, and we're gonna bump that back on this. Okay, plan. All right, facilities, the new Wi-Fi has been installed for the range. Keypad is, at the back door here is functioning. Numbers will be distributed with the issue, the ones that have cards, stuff we. Okay, Kendra, you want to give us the highlights of the AV system?
About 10 days ago, it was brought to my attention that our AMX touchpad is no longer dropping our projector screens, not turning on the projectors or the overhead lights in order to do presentations. I've had that checked out. I am meeting with the AV specialist tomorrow at 9 a.m. Our new computer for the system has arrived and he will be installing that tomorrow. Once he installs that, he's hoping to be able to determine whether the reason the AMX pad is no longer working is either because of our old computer or because the tablet itself has gone bad. If it's because of the computer, he should be able to get it back up and running. If it's not because of the computer, I have a list of items to include the AMX tablet, we've got a projector that's completely down. We've got amps that are completely out that I would like, I'm gonna kind of really encourage him to get us prices immediately so we can start getting this stuff fixed because things are going down a little faster than what we're replacing items at this time. And it's creating a lot of dysfunction for our committees and our boards trying to have our meetings. The Zoom does still work and still, it's broadcasting and recording, but we can't see if anybody's on Zoom.
Okay.
So it is creating some issues for us in-house as well.
Keep us posted on what, this is gentleman from Powell.
Yes, he will be here tomorrow at 9 a.m. and we're gonna go through everything and hopefully by the time he ends, I'll have by the end of the day tomorrow, I should have some pricing on all the components that we're looking at.
Very good, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Can we do anything to make sure that if that pricing comes in tomorrow, that we don't have to wait 30 days to get approval?
Well, we're thinking we're gonna maybe recess tonight's meeting until next Wednesday. Okay. Hopefully we'll have a zoning assistant to authorize hiring. Okay. Will that work? Yeah.
We should have it by then.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That'll be good, that'll be good. Okay, fire department, Ray, you got something?
I don't have anything for you guys. Didn't know if you guys had any questions for us.
There are sheets behind your agenda that came from Chief before he went on vacation that has the numbers and stuff for the fire department on it.
Basically incident report. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right, maintenance, parts, listed the typical roads we usually do dust control on. We have the stone on hand, we stockpiled it last year. He's estimating 8,500 gallon of the material for $2.37 per gallon. It's by Phillips Oil, which I think Lisa has done this for everything in place.
Yeah, 85 equals, $20,145.
Okay. We'll be using a wee bit more. So do I have a motion to authorize the, expenditure for the Dusty Golden House? All those in favor, aye? Aye. Motion carried.
You're right in there, that the,
We,
the capital grants.
I need to accept the, resignation of Diana Welch, the, zoning administrative assistant, effective 7/7/23. I make the motion. I have resignation, Carolyn. All in favor, aye? Aye. All right, Mike, you're up for zoning.
I am. Henry and I are gonna keep, resume our interviewing of the applicants for that job. For Diana. So, you know. As far as zoning goes, we are at actually 57 right now. A few more in today, compared to last year, 63. On our open enforcement issues, we're pretty much in a holding pattern on those like we were last time. We've got Harlem Road and 605 property, both at the prosecutor's office. He's dealing with that. Lewis Road, I still not received any information on that. Copeland Drive, I'm working with that resident. There's a new one on 13-122 Hatch. I called, that's been an issue in past, but it's in probate. So I called Corey on it this week, and he said that he had sent a letter out there to him, and then he stepped out of the office and somebody came in to talk to him who said he was now the owner of that property. So Corey called me. It still doesn't show that. So I went by that property this week and knocked on the door, and I did get somebody there. And I asked for the owner, and he said the owner's sleeping. And I said, well, here's my card, tell him to call me. And he said he would. Of course, he's not called me. But I went by it again today, and nobody answered the door. So I talked with Corey on it, and I'm just gonna begin the process just like I would any other property. If he ends up coming in or calling me, or it comes back and if there's still a probate, at least we'll have either started the project on it, or it's, you know, one way or another. At least we'll have something done on it to try to help the residents out that live down there near that property. As far as BZA and zoning issues going on, nothing's really changed on that. We do have a BZA project possibly coming up on that Orchard and Harlem Road property, but that's kind of in the talking stages right now. That is really it. If you have something for me.
Anything on the North Hall Road, the old Air House,
No, I've got a letter out, but I haven't heard back from. I'm gonna look a little deeper into it, see if I can find anybody else I could possibly contact on that, because that person, I think in California. They're in California. It's gonna take a while for them to get that letter anyway.
Finding out anything? No.
One here.
Well. We're sitting in the front area.
Yeah, we're about ready to wrap up our next overlay. And I think the residential overlay, which would be the second one, runs out of, knock on wood, this week runs out of time and for a nasty word. And we will probably be sending, we've got one more meeting next week to wrap up the third overlay, which is the South County Line Road area. And that'll probably be going to zoning right after that. And so we're marching right along. And then we've got a couple other areas. We're also, my committee, in fact, all the committees are busy. The road committee that handles roads, sewers, water, all that is very, very busy. I've been busy with developers coming in. Couple good ones finally. That's been a rough road to hoe, trying to find somebody that's decent, but, so anyway, had good conversations with that. Nothing concrete. Have also been talking with a lot of the residents who own large parcels of ground. So far, everybody's been amenable and easy to get along with. And, so, we're getting ready to tackle some more projects. And there'll be some financial projects that, Holly will get with you about very shortly. We have some meetings on those, things like tips, MPA, JED, you know, that type of thing. That's getting ready to start coming to fruition and having to work on that. So, everybody's been very busy. And unless you have some questions, I think that's about it.
I know, I've seen in the budget material that you got copies on from that the governor has signed, that there was stuff in there about changes to tips and so forth, a little bit of verbiage.
Yeah, there's some verbiage on that. We had a gentleman come in last night and give us a talk on that type of stuff, just a basic 101 and some handouts. And he laid it out pretty good for us as far as starting. I can tell you that the township's going to need, and Holly's going to need somebody like that. And that's going to be a public-private type thing, because we're now talking about the builders or developers in the township coming together, because we have to work together to get these financial incentives. Some of them are started by the developer, some of them are started by the township. So that's going to be complicated, something we've never done before. And it will be complicated, but I think we're acquiring new staff, people that have done it before and will be able to help us. A lot of the developers I have talked to also stated that they'd be willing to help. And one thing we're going to ask for some help on, we'll see how much blowback we get, is when we start hiring outside counsel, that this is their specialty, we want the developers to pay their share.
Right.
In other words, if we're doing it for the benefit of the developer and the township, but for the benefit of the developer, then they need to pay for this person's, you know, expertise in the filings and all that. And they know that. I talked to them. They know that. Now we'll see what happens when it's time to write the check, but they know it up front.
Okay. Thank you. Mike Gabler, do you have anything?
No, I don't. Thank you.
See Beth Lear back here, want to recognize her, state representative.
Thank you. I apologize for the interruption. The Health Democrats made a really lovely website of me and I didn't mean to open it. But I've been wanting to come, and this is the first opportunity I've had, so I'm really interested in what's happening over here. I want to be available if there's anything you need. I talk to Bob regularly. So if you need any assistance, our new state rep on the other side of the county, Brian Lorenz, is an urban planner. So we all, even though Brian's not your rep, we all, State Senator Brenner, Brian and I want to be available to you for whatever your needs are. So please don't hesitate to reach out.
I'll get it later.
If not, I'll get you in.
Okay, I think Bob's right. That'll be a good report.
Great.
Thank you. Heritage have anything? Dave?
Did you say urgent?
Yeah.
Yeah. Farmers market and just some stuff tomorrow in the park.
Bob Singer? Do you have anything on your meeting?
Holly, I met with Intel yesterday. For the two meeting, it was an introduction to the Marlin Township. And, the biggest takeaway was the fact that Intel, as well as the state, is looking for a way to connect 70, ultimately to 71. On this transportation for the morning, Denver. Yeah. Okay, now I had something, since we talked about roads. Yeah, we had, we were really, really busy last night, and a lot of people in the committee saw it. The state project is $90 million that they've been telling they're gonna improve roads. They're talking about a roundabout at 37 in South County line. They're talking about a roundabout on Center Village and South County line, a roundabout, of course, we know 605 and Fancher, but then they're talking about a roundabout on Fancher and South County line also, within dates of 2026. So I didn't know if you guys see that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
There's one in there, Walnut Street too.
Yeah, that's on down the way a little bit, but yeah. So what we, as a committee, were trying to figure out last night, and there's probably more to it, is why a roundabout is 37 in South County line, because of semis and stuff that they're getting from each other.
It's gonna be a new thing.
Yeah, we're trying to figure that one out yet.
You're coming over that hill when you're going, you know, that's a lot of property. Yeah.
Yeah, and,
Well,
also the owners, I haven't had a chance to talk to them today, of that corner, said that, the state did contact them and they wanted to talk with us about it, just to let us know what's going on. And I haven't had a chance to get back to them yet, but, yeah, that was the doozy. Everybody should have figured that one out.
so, peanut, like up on 61.
Oh, right, that's horrible.
Yeah.
And they have to be big enough to do something like that.
Yeah, somebody's gotta get over it. Yeah, I mean, they can't, the one on Harlem Road, they can do. Yeah, they just drive over. it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they do with the peanuts.
Yeah.
That's how it was designed.
All right. Anybody else have anything tonight?
I need to check for the newsletter.
Oh. You check for the newsletter. Check for a newsletter that,
Yeah, I'm mailing it out.
for the postage, part of the postage. Postage.
Yeah, I'm mailing it out.
If you wanna pick it up.
Yes, the printer company is bringing our copies, our extras to the office, and she was gonna pick up the postage check so she could get right to the post office and get everything mailed out tomorrow, since we're running behind time on our timeline to get.
Nobody told me that.
I just found out at 6 o'clock, so.
Anybody else have anything?
So we put all the new locks in, right? Door locks,
Yeah.
why was the back door propped open last night?
Can I address that?
During the meeting?
Thank you.
I don't know,
Is that what I'm asking you? Is that what you were talking about? It was propped open during the meeting?
yeah,
Yeah, because the door was locked. There was no way to unlock it. And we had much trouble.
well, last time it got done, my guys had to clean up all the bird species and feathers and everything else, because the bird got in here and got into the stairwell. So we need to not do that, so my guys don't have to clean up that kind of.
That's last night, that's why it happened. Hopefully after today, that issue's been fixed.
Okay. And do we know when we're gonna fix the big square hole over there in the parking lot?
Where Larry had to tear out the asphalt.
Yeah.
The-
I asked Bart that because it's Buckeye and they're doing Recovery Road East. So he's asking them when they're gonna schedule that and do that. And then the seam on the north part of the parking lot's gotta be redone too.
Okay.
So that's on the agenda. I don't know whether, originally I thought, I'm thinking, Browning said something about maybe August, so we're almost there.
Huh.
That's all I know. You don't have any? Kendra, we just signed these, yeah, go ahead.
I didn't know if it was public speaking time yet or not.
Yes.
Steve Eisenbrown, 4909 Harlem. I just want to reinforce, and I guess it sounds like we'll hear something more next Wednesday on this AV system issue, but it's really becoming a pain in the butt, and it's really affecting the transparency of what we're doing, be it this meeting or mostly, I think, the strategic planning committee, because we have a lot of remote engagement on those, and basically that people remote can't contribute. I mean, they're just locked out, or you sit there trying to look for a message. So we're into our almost, I think, third or fourth month of not having a proper AV system. And we need to have one that allows bilateral conversation. Somebody mentioned, using YouTube. YouTube is insufficient because it doesn't allow outside people who are on the Zoom or the YouTube to feed back into the meeting. All it does is let them monitor it. So I know Kendra and I talked about this a couple times, and just about the time we were successful getting all the mics working with the new cords that she ordered, the whole thing kind of crapped out. So I hope you guys are prepared to get out your checkbook next week so that we can get on with this thing, and by hopefully August, be back online with a proper system, because it really does affect how people view the transparency of government. So that's my comment.
Anybody else? Jody?
I wanted to let everybody know that Arlington date is August 19th. And we are hoping to be able to foster the fire station that have people parking in that area. Want to go through that, and is there still a bunch of gravel in the parking lot by the park? Or is that being moved? That's Thursday, really, pile of the gravel.
Yeah.
Is that gonna be out before the 19th?
I haven't got any information on that yet, but I'll find out.
We're pushing that, but we're also hoping to be able to.
I think that's our agreement. We're for another project, but I'll find out more. Right.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I was gonna ask about the third overlay that you were talking about. Is there a meeting next week, where people can come and listen to what's going on with that?
It's Tuesday at 6:30.
Tuesday, and here, right?
That's it for you.
That's it. And it's more than one.
Anything else, gentlemen? Very. Kendra, we just signed these, and that motion thing for the department.
All those are is updated on what you already voted on last
Right.
meeting. So,
Okay, I thought there was signature page. It was on the preliminary one. You said.
on the, there's two different sets, and I've got the original here.
Okay,
So, yeah, there is a signature page.
all right. We hope for the business. You tell them I want to reach out until next Wednesday at what time? What time is it? Well, it's not over. 7, 5 minutes. Say you want? Okay. You go.
Yeah,
So, that's what you're telling? Yeah.
7 p.m.
Your recommendation, yeah.
His recommendation.
Recommendation, right. And also the AV information.
Yeah.
Anything else on follow,
I can't think of anything else we would have on there, but
you know,
who knows?
away. Get back to Steve on that, maybe when you find out more about it.
I'm in communication with Steve. We were talking via email and prior to the meeting, and yeah, I had invited him to come and meet, but he's gonna be out of town.
But I will look back with her early next week.
Yeah.
There's something I can do to help.
Yeah.
Do we have an idea that way? Component availability, if we get that far?
The only component availability he has a question on is if the AMX tablet needs replaced. He said that's the hard piece. Everything else has been, like, the actual computer was a $2,000 expense. Everything else he expects to be around that ballpark. we're not redoing the whole system, so it's not a price tag like you had when you put the brand new system in. However, that AMX tablet, he thinks may be the tricky component to find.
If that touchpad is not available.
It is not available. That's the second one we got refurbished and we replaced it last time.
Well, right, and that's, yeah,
And
that's,
it's no longer available. The
Yeah.
only way you'll get it is refurbished.
right.
Because we replaced.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and finish.
I'm just
my-
saying, if you want to do, it, it's not gonna happen.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and finish what I was trying to say.
Okay.
If that is not available, I would like to know if there's some way he could set up the system so that it still would be able to be functioned through a mouse, through some other control, through the computer.
Yeah,
That's all.
and he did say that there is another device, tablet that we could switch out to, but that's where we're gonna get into a little bit more money. And he was trying not to get into the larger dollar. So, that is what we're looking at tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right, Pearl made a motion to recess until next Wednesday, 7. All those in favor, aye? Aye. Meeting adjourned. Or meeting recessed.
Let me shut off the Zoom before we get into stuff.